All right, so that's what we're hearing from the political folks. But what about Bergdahl's fellow soldiers? What are they saying? Jake Tapper, the host of The Lead, and also the author of the important book, The Outpost, An Untold Story of American Valor, is here with us. And you've posted an excellent article on CNN.com, Jake, deserter or hero. You've spoken to some of his fellow soldiers. What are they saying?
Well, I spent the weekend talking to about anywhere from 12 to 15 of people who served not only in the 501st, but specifically in Blackfoot Company and in the 2nd Platoon, which is where Bergdahl served. There are two big issues that they have. They are not exactly popping the champagne. First, there are the circumstances of his disappearance. He was supposed to be on guard at an observation post the night of June 30th, 2009, and the circumstances of his leaving seem to be suggesting that he left on his own volition. That's what people who served in the squad with him think. There was an anecdotal account from a young Afghan child saying that he had seen an American soldier walking away from the observation post that day. Second, there was so much time and energy and money devoted to finding Bergdahl, and several troops were killed in the course of that recovery and that rescue effort. So let me quote a couple of these soldiers. I talked to a gentleman, former Sergeant Matt Vierkant. He said, "Bowe Bergdahl deserted during a time of war, and his fellow Americans lost their lives searching for him." And then Bergdahl's former squad leader, not at that exact time, but earlier in the rotation, Leatherman told me, "I'm pleased to see him return safely. From experience, I hope that he receives adequate reintegration counseling. I believe that an investigation should take place as soon as healthcare professionals deem him fit to endure one." That is very reflective, although also fairly restrained, from all the soldiers I've spoken with who served with Bergdahl. They are angry. They don't know why he left, and they're very upset about all the men who died while trying to find him.
There was an article, as you know, in Rolling Stone magazine back in 2012 by Michael Hastings, who has since passed away, the journalist, suggesting that Bergdahl had become really disenchanted with the entire Afghan war effort. Among other things, in this email that Hastings cites, Bowe wrote to his parents, "The future is too good to waste on lies, and life is way too short to care for the damnation of others, as well as to spend it helping fools with their ideas that are wrong. I have seen their ideas. I am ashamed to even be American. The horror of the self-righteous arrogance that they thrive in, it is all revolting." And then he went on to say, "The horror that is America is disgusting." Now, we have not authenticated that email.
Hastings seems to have gotten those emails from Bergdahl's parents, and they are rather shocking. They do express a disillusionment with the war, which is a fine emotion to have, but they reflect more than that, a disgust with what the U.S. was doing there, and it certainly adds to the narrative of Bergdahl leaving on his own volition. He had told soldiers who I've spoken to, that someday, if the deployment wasn't good, he was just going to leave and try to walk to China or try to get away.
Because there's some ambiguity, some murkiness. Was he at a latrine in the middle of the night and he was snatched, or did he actually, leave on his own volition?
I don't know anybody who served with him who thinks that he didn't leave on his own volition. And in fact, I've spoken with people who saw the intelligence reports at the time who say that he left on his own volition. I've been hearing about this case for years, and generally a lot of people have not talked much about it publicly because he was still in the custody of whether it's the Haqqani network or the Pakistani Taliban or whoever. But now that he is back in American hands, people are more prone to speak honestly and candidly about it, and he is thought to have left the observation post on his own.
And there's deep anger also because the allegation that American soldiers died trying to find him, and that has fueled further anger. Hold on for a moment. Jay Carney, the White House press secretary, answering reporters' questions on Bergdahl right now.
Sergeant.